Whoa!
Ooh, welcome back, everybody. We're about to go fight the next boss, but before we do that, we should actually rest. And we're gonna do a slight bit of detouring. All the way back to the Undead settlement. We're gonna revisit the giant. So go to the dilapidated bridge. And we're gonna head through the shortcut. There we go. That was weird. A word of warning while we go through this is about revisiting old areas. It's very easy to get complacent when you backtrack way back to an old area because you just tear through all the enemies. But be warned that you can always get either surrounded or outnumbered or staggered and stun locked until you just die. So the point of this is never underestimate enemies like them. Okay, he fell down. Alright, to the giants. Now I don't know which elevator this is, so I'm just gonna hit the button and hope that, yep, it goes up. If you've been following this walkthrough, then you've gotten every young white birch branch, whatever they're called, hang on. Young white branch in the game. You obtain every young white branch. There's one that is given to you by the giant, that's this one. And then 7 scattered around, let's see, where were they? There was one in Farron Swamp. There was one in the Cathedral of the Deep, and there was one right here. And if you get all of them and return to here, you'll find the giant has passed on. You can pick up his hawk ring, which we need for all the achievements. If he's still alive, then go back to look for the previous young white branches. Again, the poison swamp of Farron. So Farron Keep. The Undead settlement right near the boss area. And what was the last one? Cathedral of the Deep in the graveyard section before the cathedral itself. Okay. With that, we're actually going to head back to the boss arena for a NPC quest. Nice. Okay, if you're not embered, then go ahead and use one of your embers to find a sign requesting cooperation. This is for Cirrus's quest line. So if you have not followed hers, this will not appear. Go back and follow it. Make sure you're topped up and summon yourself into her world to help her.
I finally found you.
Switch over to Chaos Bed Messages.
Just as I promised, Grandad.
And help her fight her granddad. Which, ironically, is Holy Knight Hodrick, the very first NPC that we fought. If you've been saving up your Undead Hunter charms, then this is the perfect chance to use them. He has several Estus flasks. I guess he just has 2. Thought he had more than that, but I guess I was mistaken. What? He's still alive. Ah. There we go.
Good night, Grandad.
So just wait and you will be returned to your world. When you return, you can either use a homeward bone, or, since there's no fall damage in this boss arena, you can just drop down and use the bonfire. Past the bonfire, though, is the full set of the armor that Holy Knight Hodrick was wearing. So rest up and travel back to Firelink Shrine for one other item. Leave a Firelink from the front door. After the fog gate dissipates, of course. And head back to where that hollow was that you can kick off the cliff. And behind him is the Sunset Shield, which is actually better than the one we currently are using. It has higher stability and the same physical damage absorption, no extra stat requirements, and no extra weight. So let's equip that. I just noticed I've got some arrows equipped, so let's unequip those. Because now we're going to sell anything we can, level up if we can, and then fight the boss. Ah, and Sirius is here.
Oh, I'm afraid my sins at last, but there is. May I? Oh,
You can
I
accept her
swear
knightly
that
vow,
my Lord blessing of. If I may, I bless.
and she will join us in a boss fight later.
How?
Or can join us. Let's see, let's get rid of this. Keep all that. Get rid of that. And this. Keep all of that and these. But we can get rid of that.
Ashen one.
Welcome home, speak. Very well. Then touch take note.
And let's see here. Now we're doing another round of intelligence, faith, and 2 attunements in that order.
Farewell, I made
And now we want to travel back to Vort of the Boreal Valley. Let's turn around and we're going to sprint all the way back up these stairs. And you feel free to take care of the enemies on the way or just ignore them. These Lothric Knights are much easier now. Oh yeah, and something I just remembered. Ooh, wow. We can now equip the Dark Longsword along with our Chaos Broadsword. And then have the Pyromancy Flame as our third right-hand weapon. Downside to that is we have to reduce our armor a little bit. Let me see if I can get as close to 69% as possible. Nope, there's 69 exactly. Can we get 69 point something? Can we really do it? Can we live the dream? Oh. Ooh. Yes, I like it. Okay. So now, we can easily switch between fire damage, dark damage, and our pyromancy flame. Which is especially good for those Lothric Knights. They're resistant to fire and weak to dark. So finally, we can talk to Emma.
Prince Lothric is in your hands. Please save his soul. Tell him what he must be, a lord.
You get the Basin of Vows, which you then need to put on this pedestal. As you approach, a cutscene starts, revealing the next boss. The Dancer of the Boreal Valley. So this is going to be very similar, where we just stay back and launch fireballs at him or her or it. But you have to be very careful, because this thing can kill you in one hit. Or one combo, I should say. Well, that didn't do anything. Try to keep your shield up always, and keep your distance. Her sword deals fire damage, or its sword. And after taking so much damage, we'll start phase 2, where this happens. They pull out a dark sword and start going bonkers, spinning around, which is a very easy move to get caught in. Again, it's all just going to be about keeping distance and throwing in fireballs. Be aware of your surroundings is the key. Oop, don't die. You can use the pillars to your advantage sometimes, but their combos are brutal. But they do not take a lot of damage, so as long as you're careful, keeping your distance, you can take care of it fairly easily. And you get a new bonfire, some souls, an achievement, tons of souls. So let's rest up. And now we can approach the statue. After the neat cutscene, we can climb the ladder. And we actually have, well, a new area, but a second new area directly to the left of us. That optional area is where we will be returning after finishing Lothric Castle. For now, wait, hang on. I always forget, isn't there an item on the right? Nope, that's a shortcut. You have a Lothric Knight and you have a Cleric that likes to buff people. So try to kill the Cleric as quickly as possible so that he doesn't buff the Lothric Knight, and then try to tag him from afar. Because if you thought the other ones... Ow. If you thought the ones at the beginning of the game were difficult, these are much, much worse. So, just patiently get rid of them. And then come around to the right here, and if you go up the stairs, another Lothric Knight will head towards you. And this one has a spear. But luckily they take less damage. Same strategy applies. Quickly go around the corner here to kill that Cleric, so that he doesn't buff the Lothric Knight that is also coming down the corridor. You want to do it quickly before this guy gets to you. But you can take care of him, and then take care of the Cleric behind him. They almost always drop large. In this next room, we've got a couple of things. One is a shortcut back to the dancer arena. But then the other is a bonfire. So let's level up a little bit, and then we will continue this. Sell that. Sell this.
Ashen Run.
Welcome home, speak. Very well, then take note.
Let's level up. Where are we at now? Do a faith and an attunement. And then next time we'll do another attunement, and then another faith, and then another intelligence, and then 2 more attunement.
Farewell, Ashley the Flick.
And then travel back to Lothric. And we will tackle this large area next time. So until then, stay safe.